All the sounds in this video are from my new production stack, Performance Enhancing Sounds 2024, which you can grab the free taster demo down below, and the full version is now available. What's up, guys? After a brief hiatus, we're back with a new track inspired by JOYRYDE, maybe a little bit of tear-out dubstep, some loopers, not quite dubstep, but it was on the border. It got pretty heavy. But I'm back with a brand new episode of Saturday Sessions.
I don't play with it, bitch, I stay with it.
All right, we're back. So basically, I'll play this in just a second. It's actually sounding inspiring already. It sounds pretty good already. But I started this idea. What I ended up doing was working backwards from here. The plan is to delete all this stuff that I just played, and we're gonna keep this and go different directions. So. Super JOYRYDE with like the choir. I feel like this stuff I just like threw in like a bunch of samples and shortened them, just like a ton of like random stuff. And this is just drums so far, and this I literally googled drill choir samples, so this was probably used like all the time. This was literally like the first one that showed up, so I threw it in. It worked good. And go into this build up with this vocal.
I don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. I don't play with it, bitch, I stay with it.
That's it. So I will do the honors and delete all of this.
I don't play with it, bitch, I stay with it.
Could possibly use this same square sound, so I want to go like JOYRYDE style, like swervy sounds, like these, like a. So it's me do.
Play with it, play with it. I don't play with it, bitch, I stay with it. I don't play with it.
Bro, why is that releasing sound? It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Ew, that's grungy. I don't like this.
Play with it. 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 Just stay with it. Just stay with it. Just stay with it.
Do. Well, that's kind of clean. I feel like this could be like a brass of sort.
I don't play with it, bitch, I stay with it. Play with it, bitch, I stay with it. Play with it, bitch.
Yeah. We're gonna bust the shit out of these. All right, verbiage.
Bitch, I stay with it.
Ew.
With it. With it. I don't play with it. With it. With it. With it. Bad fellas running with the east socket.
Right. So, a lot of the song changed. I think I've said that in like every single video in the past like year, but a lot did sort of change, but also at the same time, not really. This part is pretty much just like a typical bass house 2-note type of thing. Just going in that half step, typical bass house. Before I was messing around with like other notes, making it too complicated for what it needed to be. And that's pretty much it. Just layered sounds on top. This one's like destroyed. This one's giving it more of like the brassy type of fullness, like a super noisy type of sound. It's almost too over the top, but some processing, distortion, etc. together. Let's zoom out here. Big picture, we have the stab, we have the ba 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 ba, and then we have like a little call and response. So their response is this square bass, which gave me like a Loopers vibe. So like I was listening to like Game Over by Garrix and Loopers. And I wasn't really into bass house back then, but it was giving me that vibe. It wasn't quite, but like that like dirty, grungy, just like stupid dirty. And then it's this band reject filter that's giving it the sauce sort of. So this is without the band reject. Just like a full straight up square wave. A square wave takes up, you know, we're playing a bass note, so this is taking up the entire spectrum. But with the band reject, it gives it puts a few notches into play. So you can't see it, but we're pretty much just scooping out some of these frequencies, mid frequencies. I just tweaked it with the cutoff and stuff. I was doing it by ear, which is better for me. So we have call, response, back to the call, and then we go to a C. So as you heard before, this was like pretty much just done when I started the video, but this. So I wanted to bring that back in for the drop, just for a little familiarity. I think it sounded pretty cool for some variation. So we have drop stuff, and then I'll play real quick. I think it fits pretty well. Yeah, I think it's kind of a pretty smooth transition. And then on this bass line, so obviously we can just call this a bass line. It's not really like a melodic thing. There's not really a melody here. It's just two notes. E, F, right? So what I did in the second half, to bring out more of like a melodic component to it and to make it not boring, I put in this lead right here. Kind of sounds cool. Noctua. And the preset itself is playing a like the 4 notes up, which is like a major, so an octave, and it's getting mixed into distortion. I'll talk about this more in depth in like a sound design video or something. It's playing the major note of the bass note, and more importantly, it sounds good. So with all of that, and you know what? Something I love about bass house is, for me, man, it's like, here's the thing, like the melody isn't like the driving force here. This isn't like a memorable, every bass house song in the world uses these, you know, couple, you know, 2 notes next to each other type of thing. I love just exploring sounds and just really diving into like finding cool samples, throwing them in there and just seeing what works. Cause you can just keep expanding and just experimentation. Like I think a lot of this is just experimentation. Like all this stuff, like me making this stab, there's no formula, right? It's just, I found a bunch of samples. You have a cool sound. Find more samples, throw it in. Or like this, like I was working on like this little thing. Just messing around here just for like ever. It's more fun than like tweaking a melody on a piano, in my opinion. All right, yeah, so just like a little cook up. I'm actually gonna do a video on like technique stuff. Just stay tuned. I'm gonna make some new stuff.
Stay with it, 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 with it. I don't play with it, bitch, I stay with it.